Well, I didn't think we were getting great rhythm shots in just our kind of we early offense where it just flows and we try to move the ball around and get some mismatches. I think we kind of got, again, they switched a lot of things and we're still not great at making people pay for that. So that's the growth factor that we got to get better at. But I think right away when we made a stop and Scotty got fouled and went to the foul line, and then you start by you're up 2. And then that, then it just immediately shifts into, you start playing situational basketball somewhat. I think we got to stop again, and then we took it to 5 right then, and then you're really just, I think at that point you're not wanting to put the brakes on and tell people just to stop and run the whole clock, but you don't need something super fast. You don't need to go just, be out of control. I think we finished the game a little out of control. We let them back in it because of bad turnovers. So maybe I was a little bit pulling the reins back some just to not create that, because I feel like we really shot ourselves in the foot by even letting them get back into the game and getting to overtime by making some bad mistakes and probably not making right calls for them at the end of the game. And so I thought we managed it a little bit better in the overtime. And yeah, letting Savannah Smith in particular out in the open court create a basket for herself or someone else is not bad offense. She's still growing as a player and she's learning how to do that, and and it's hard. The ball's in her hands a lot and we're asking her to do a lot, and you got to live with some mistakes and probably got to live with a few shots that you're not crazy about, but when someone's that talented and that good of a player, that you live with that. Well, I just love the fact that she bounced back like she did from a really a week where, again, those 2 games out in up east, she got so many great shots. I mean, we would just kill for her to be wide open and shoot threes, and went from making them, and then all of a sudden had 2 games where she was getting them and she didn't make them. And she's such a, Savannah Scott wants to win so bad, and she wants to win more than anything, and she works at the game nonstop. She comes in and shoots. She calls and asks to shoot. She was devastated after those 2 games, the fact that she didn't make the shots that she normally does. Pretty much in tears. And so it's always a great thing when you can get back in the gym, and she got settled down, and finally when the ball went in the hole for her, because I think it was a big relief. And you saw, she scores 25 points on 11 shots. That is production, and that's what you're getting from her. And clearly when we don't get her scoring, we're in trouble. I think you're always going to get Savannah Smith, but we really need Savannah Scott to score, and those are just great numbers, and it couldn't happen to a better person that just is working at the game as hard as she can and wants to win as much as she does.
And I'm talking about Savannah Smith, though, getting irritated.
I could see Savannah Smith getting a little irritated. I was wondering about Scotty. I thought you meant Scotty, because she really doesn't. Savannah Scott really doesn't. She's got a few tricks of her own, so she can't really complain if anybody does something to her. But she did. Yeah.
I love this. Like, that's what she needs to do. Are they going to take? And then she had one time she went down. It was a block shot.
Yeah, she had a great block shot in the.
Turned 1 play into 2 to 3, and it was like.
Her layup late in the game was huge, and then that block was huge. Again, I thought even her threes in the second quarter gave the whole team life, because we were still, are we ever going to make a shot? And then she took a bunch of shots and didn't make them, and then she made, I think, 3 that just kind of got everybody settled down.
She just took in stride, and it was well over 22 feet.
But we're going to get, her shot's going to come around, and when it does, it's a great sign for us. But, the fact that she's managing the game and figuring out how to play and still lead us and does so many things for us, we got to keep her on the floor, and she's got to keep, making the plays that she does to help us win the game.